gorgeous day here in New York City. It really feels like a wonderful day. And I'm going to be doing more movies and stuff on my Rumble. My Rumble is just called Brooklyn Diva. No spaces, no dots, no numbers. I'm having so much fun with it. This video is called Entitled Karen Sues a Man for Splitting the Bill, and the judge loses it. I am getting really sick and tired of women today. Not just black women, because I know the idiots in the sector of YouTube I'm in, they call it the black sector, the beef sector, the Kwame Brown sector, the SVS sector. And I know they think I'm racist, and screw them. Women today are so entitled, it's unbelievable. I've seen videos where women have brought their whole family along on a first date, and they really do expect the guy to pay for it. I've seen women order everything on the menu so they could take most of it home in a doggy bag so they could eat for the rest of the week, and they expect the guy to pay for it. I've seen women bring their kids out on a first date saying, oh, well, my kids got to eat too. I've seen women, before discussing it with the guy, when they're ready to get in the car to go on the first date, you got the money to pay my babysitter? It's $300. What? And I've seen women who go get their hair done, their nails done, they buy a special dress for the first date, and they expect the guys to pay for it. What is wrong with you women? Going on a first date is just so you can get to know the person, to see if there can be a second date or a third date or a fourth date. Women today think guys should just pay for them for whatever. That's not how it works. Oh, pay my cell phone bill. You want me to talk to you? Bitch, you're talking to a whole bunch of other guys too. He's supposed to pay for that. I really don't like this shit. Now, according to the title of this video, this guy said split the bill, and she pays for what she ordered, he pays for what he ordered. She's taking him to court for emotional distress. And she argues with the judge like you see a lot of women argue with cops on body cam footage. First off, little education for you bullshit women. When you go to a Zoom call court, it's just like you're in regular court. You have to show respect to the judge, and you have to sit still. No, this chick went to the airport. How do you go to an airport to conduct this kind of business? No respect, but they demand all the respect in the world. Bitch, you don't deserve any respect. So what? He said split the bill. So what? It doesn't. Oh, what's the proper wording? It's not in a guy's best interest nowadays to pay for a date. And I remember the first time I heard of this system was back in the 90s, where depending on how much a guy spends on you, they have the right to expect certain things from you. Um like if they spend $20, they have the right to a kiss. When it was $50, they had a right to oral sex. And if they spent $100 or more, the guys thought they had the right to have intercourse. And I remember a lot of women were like, that's okay. No, it's not okay. If my husband ever said to me when we were dating, well, I just spent this, now you gotta fuck me. Bitch, I ain't no fucking hooker. And if I was, it wouldn't be for no McDonald's. What is wrong with women? Where is your self worth? If this guy said, we're splitting the bill, pay for what you ate, I'll pay for what I ate, you don't know, this could be a really great guy. But what's been going on nowadays? Guys have to protect themselves even more than before. Not saying women don't. There's still a lot of dangers out there for women. But this bitch is taking this guy to court for causing her emotional distress, for making her pay her half of the bill. She wants $10,000. And when the judge ain't buying her shit, she starts talking to the judge like he's some Joe Schmo on the street. Let's give it a listen.
Are we done here?
No, no, you don't understand, ma'am. You don't
Are we
understand.
done here? Are we done here?
Perjury,
Are we
perjury
done here?
is or
Do not
not.
insult my intelligence.
You have to.
This is what women, especially black women, do on the body cam stuff from cops. Someone is trying to explain something to them so they have the right info, and they're just like, are we done here? What am I getting arrested for? What am I getting arrested for? What am I getting arrested for? Just on repeat, so they don't have to hear what's being said to them, and they think they can get away with something. This bitch right here deserves to be smacked right in the mouth. I don't care she's black. I don't care she's white. You just heard her going off on the judge, and the judge is trying to tell her, look, number one, you're in the wrong court for this. Number two, you don't really know what you're doing. Just because you looked up online and found out a couple of things doesn't mean you know the court procedures. And she gets even more nasty, and it's like her attitude is, well, then tell me. He'll tell her a sentence, she'll take one word and run with it. You can't do that. And this guy is getting a headache like the judge is for dealing with her. First off, bitch, you have to even go into the women's bathroom. It's got to be basically a quiet place where you can stand still like you're actually in a courtroom. No, this bitch thinks, oh, I'm on camera. It's all about me. It's all about me. No, that's not what it is. You are in a court of law. Even though this is Zoom, you're still supposed to conduct yourself like you would in a courtroom. If this bitch tried acting like this in a courtroom, she would have been arrested. And then she would have pulled racism. Now, how can she pull racism when the judge is black himself? Oh, simple. He's a coon and he works for the white man. But, bitch, because you didn't like it and told you had to pay for your half of the bill, you're taking this guy to court? How much could that dinner have cost her? Maybe $50, depending on where they went. Now, it's not the whole bill, it's not his and hers, it's just hers. So, for you having to spend $50 on what you actually consumed, you want $10,000 for emotional distress. You're causing yourself emotional distress by going through this bullshit. No, but as usual, somebody wants a quick payday for nothing.
Do not insult my
You have to
intelligence.
lay your. You have to lay.
Bitch, you ain't got no intelligence.
Please do
You
not
have to
insult my
lay
intelligence.
it's a
Are we
false
done
statement made
here?
on
Are we
oath.
done here? Are we done here? Yes,
That is
that is
not
what you
what I
said.
said.
That
I
is what you
said
said.
that, sir, no, I didn't. You
Yes, you
said
did.
that.
You
I
stated that.
said
It's on video, you dopey fucking bitch. What are you gonna say? It was edited to make you look bad? You make yourself look bad. First of all, what the fuck is this? Your real hair is sticking out of this stupid goddamn wig you have on your head, and these glasses are putting your ears down like you look like Dobby from fucking Harry Potter. And let me get this straight. I don't care she's a black woman. I will say what the fuck I want. I would say this shit if she was a white woman. And when I first saw this video, I thought she was white. She's so light skinned, the blonde hair. Now that I'm actually in the video and I see it, first of all, that wig needs a good washing, like Jasmine Crockett's. Her wigs and weaves and whatever looks like she hasn't washed them in years. So to look like a white woman, which you obviously think white women are better looking than you, that's why you gotta look like them. You're willing to leave that dirty shit on your fucking head? That's like Tommy Sotomayor. He yelled at a woman once because she left her fucking weaving for what was it, 8 months? And she had maggots and all these different kind of bugs in her hair and garbage. And then you hear women who deal with wigs and weaves and they're like, well, that's a rarity. It shouldn't be happening. The glue you put on your fucking head is ripping other hair out of your head when it gets stuck there. I remember I had a doctor one time. She had a wig on. It honestly looked like she put a beige napkin under the wig on her scalp and you could see it boldly. She didn't really cut the lace front right. She didn't. That's fucking disgusting. And you're a professional? Oh no, you can't say nothing about a black woman's looks. Fuck you. All I get told is that I'm racist for calling this shit out. Well, how come black women don't do better? No, they want to do what they want, act how they want, and get told it's okay, you're perfect and wonderful just the way you are. No, you're not. And it's your fucking attitudes that ruin everything in your fucking life. This woman is yelling at a judge when a judge is telling her, look, you're going about this all wrong. You should have filed in this court. You should have done this. You should have done that. Just because you went online and read a little bit here and there and filed some paperwork, you think you know more than I do. That's not how it works. He has years of experience. And you just want a quick payday.
that
You
circuit.
no. You stated that the criminal. You stated that.
I never said that.
This absolutely insane Karen just marched into court trying to sue a guy she just met on a date for over $10,000. Yeah, really. And she claims it's because of emotional distress. I mean, we're talking final boss level Karen behavior here. The kind of courtroom meltdown that makes you question if we're all in a simulation. The judge does not hold back on this one either. And did you guys know emotional distress claims only fly if there's actual proof of intentional harm? Yeah, a bad date does not qualify. Let me know in the comments if you think this judge handled it right, or if this Karen should have been hit with a countersuit for wasting every—
She should have. And this is the problem. People, not just black people, bring these frivolous claims to court and waste time and money. Towards the end of this video, the judge is telling her basically she's got to pay for taking this guy to court because she wasted everyone's time because she didn't know what she was doing. And she's trying to say, no, this, no, 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 no. She just wants to be told, here's $10,000 from this guy. You've basically ruined his life, and she wants to feel happy about that. There's something really mentally wrong with women today to do this shit.
Everybody's time here. Let's go ahead and dive in and watch this legal disaster unfold.
Quashante Short, QASHONTAE I'm sorry, I had to.
In the background.
I'm actually at the airport, so I had to go outside. It looks like they just departed a flight. I mean, they just arrived a flight. So I'm outside. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people around. So I'm trying to go where there's no traffic, but
your house or even a bathroom might be a better place than where you are right now. And she expects the court to have respect for her just because she's a woman, just because she's a black woman. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you. That's okay. That's okay. No, I'm trying to finish this before I get finished. It's actually louder in here.
I'm not sure. I read your complaint again, and you have not. I'm looking here. What is it? Intentional infliction of emotional distress?
Yes.
Is that the claim?
Yes, okay. It
is. That's not something that's really justiciable in district court.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
I said that's not something that's justiciable in district court. That has to be brought in circuit court.
Excuse me.
So you said it's not permissible in district court. It has to be taken to circuit court?
That's an equitable action, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, was that not I thought only criminal offenses, well, I guess it would be considered, I don't know if it's criminal or however you want to consider it, but I thought only criminal offenses were brought before the circuit court. So will I have to,
what's in your head. I cannot get into what's in your head, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I got to go back in because I can't hear you.
You're disrupting the court proceedings, bitch. You knew this was coming up. What the hell are you doing at the airport? And I don't want to hear anyone say, oh, well, maybe she had something to do that day. Everybody had something to do that day. And she's taking up everyone's time and the court's time with this frivolous bullshit.
Mr. Jordan, let me just ask you this. Are you planning to represent yourself on this?
To be honest with you, sir, I thought this was just going to be thrown out. We had a date, one date, and nothing else after that. And now I'm being sued for $10,000. I don't see how this is going to go any further. I think it's a waste of your time.
The problem is this, if you think it should be dismissed, you need to file the appropriate motion. You need to file a motion to ask for that.
I will do that. I really didn't know what to expect. This is all new to me. I've never been sued before. I've never, gotten in any trouble. This was just, I don't know. But if that's the process I have to take, then that's what I'll do.
This can't be real, right? Suing.
And because of shit like this, black women wonder why black men prefer white women. Oh, because white women are weak and no. Maybe because most white women have a fucking brain in their head. And if they didn't like the way they were treated on a date, they just wouldn't go out with the guy again. No. This bitch wants to sue him for $10,000. Which, what if that $10,000 is all the money he has in the world. What if he doesn't have $10,000? She will harass the fuck out of him, social media, his home, his place of work, until she gets the money. And then if she feels like it, even after getting the money, which she's not gonna, because this is stupid, she'll harass him more. Well, what'd he do to me? He didn't do anything to you, bitch. That's the problem.
A guy for 10 grand because you went on a date with him is peak 2025 energy. Like, what's next? Small claims court for bad Hinge bios? This dude's really hooked.
This is like, I forget the guy's name. I think he was Indian or Middle Eastern. His his showbiz career was starting to take off. So this woman who was a bullshit journalist at best decided the night he won awards and all this other shit, she'd go on a date with him. Okay. She said she felt like the dinner was rushed through, and when they went up to his room, they had sex. The sex wasn't that great. And then it was like he wanted to have sex again. And it was just very awkward. Almost like he was begging her, let's have sex again. These were her words, and she wanted to say that that was like a rape. The Me Too movement. Bitch, you saw a guy who was making it, and a lot of women don't like it when men make it and don't just like bring them along or give them money or any of this other shit. No, bitch. He's the one who was working at this and got way more than you did out of your job. You wanted to go out on a date with him. You did. And then you willingly went up to his room. Now, before any bitch jumps down my throat, well, just because she went up to the room doesn't mean, yeah, it usually does mean that. But if the guy forces you, that's a problem. He didn't force her. She said they had sex. Now, the sex for her was bad, and she still stayed there walking around the room for hours. She would sit down, she would drink more, she would get up, she would walk around, and all she kept saying was it was very awkward. Well, why didn't you leave? At no time did she say she felt like she couldn't leave. She was making all these decisions, and then she decided to ruin the guy afterwards. I'm telling you, women have a fucking problem. They want to be worshipped like the queens they are. Bitch, we live in America. There ain't no queens here, and this bitch definitely ain't no queen. She wants to ruin a guy's life because he made her pay for half the bill. Maybe she was acting like this shit and he just didn't want to deal with her anymore.
Hooked up with the wrong girl here, and now he's trapped in a courtroom circus that feels like it was written by a rejected Jerry Spring intern. And look, I'm not saying he's totally innocent. I mean, we'll get there soon, but watching this unfold feels less like a legal dispute and more like an exorcism with paperwork. Also, side note, did you know in a few states you can technically sue someone for intentional infliction of emotional distress simply over a bad breakup? Like, there's a legal
I saw someone offer a $40 a month plan for coffee, and I was like, wait, if people pay for coffee ahead of time?
pathway for
Okay, and that's bullshit. If you break up, oh, he caused me emotional distress. No, fuck you. You don't have a right to sue him. Now, if he physically hurt you, abused you, yeah, but you've got to be able to prove it. Not just you opening your mouth and screaming at the judge for this shit. It's like women today look up things they can go get guys for. And then they will go on a date and they will try to do it. There needs to be laws, really stiff laws from the get go, to stop this kind of shit. I remember when I worked for the Board of Ed. Yes, I did work for the Board of Ed. Fuck you. My boss walked around all day saying, "Look, I have a paper cut. I need workman's comp. I need to sue. I need to this. I need to that." Now, she was joking because she felt like what was actually going on was this woman who was a teacher. A student put his leg out, and it was a male student, female teacher, and tripped the teacher while she was walking. And then when she started yelling at him, "Why would you do that?" he went down and bit her, and it turns out he had HIV. So she was trying to sue the Board of Ed. She wasn't told this. Apparently, the kid had mental problems. She wasn't told anything about it. And the kid's mother was trying to sue her and the Board of Education for the kid assaulting the teacher. And my boss thought this was all a big fucking joke, really. During the fall, she broke her leg, and then the kid attacked her by biting her. And according to the teacher's doctors, because the saliva got into the bloodstream, that's how she got HIV. So she got HIV from a little bastard who felt he could do whatever the fuck he wanted. And apparently his mother felt so too. There needs to be stiff penalties for what this bitch did. What she's asking for, she should be made to pay. There should be something attached to her social security number that can take her work benefits, her taxes, any inheritance she gets, and if she's on welfare, take half her welfare check every month. I don't want to hear this motherfucking shit anymore. This is stupid. Oh, 'cause the guy didn't pay for all this shit for you? You're pissed off and you say he intentionally caused you emotional distress? Fuck you. He was trying to protect himself. Women today have pushed men to this, and I'm talking about good men, not the fuck ups. And not the ones that the women just think are fuck ups who are not. Like women claiming rape when there was no rape. Like that woman with that actor, she should have been put in prison for the years he would have served. I don't even want to hear half. You can ruin a guy's life just by having a kid with him that he doesn't want and you don't like him, but you see the kid as a fucking paycheck. There needs to be stiffer penalties, and if that means putting a bunch of women in prison, oh fucking well.
For crying over ice cream and calling your therapist. I mean, the dude in the top right here just looks like he aged 5 years in 5 minutes here. I mean, he pretty much just blinked and caught a lawsuit.
There was also a perjury on there as well. He stated, I can't remember what he stated right now because I don't have it, the document
Perjury,
in
wait a
front of.
minute. The
Yes.
short,
Wait till you hear what she's considering perjury.
perjury is a criminal charge.
Okay, there were two different charges. There was one that was intentional affliction of pain, which was not. I didn't see that as being a criminal offense, but perjury, um, I guess that could be considered a criminal offense.
Ma'am, I'm not going to sit here and argue about the legal definition and what's a crime and what isn't. If somebody gets charged with perjury,
Hmm.
that is a criminal felony charge, you have to go through the prosecuting attorney and the police. Like that.
All right, this feels almost illegal to know, but our windows were so old and just desperately needed to be replaced.
That's what you are alleging.
Yes, the document will show that, and I also sent forth the messages where he was lying, and it proved he was lying. I emailed.
What she is considering perjury is text messages and emails. Perjury is when you're in a court of law, you swear to tell the truth and you don't tell the truth. Because she feels he lied to her in text messages and emails, she considers that perjury. Perjury is a felony offense. It goes on his record. He may not be able to get a job. Maybe the job he has now isn't perfect, but it's paying his bills. No, she wants to take that away from him. Bitch, your life should be taken away from you by you going to prison for the rest of your life. Because if you pulled this once, you will try to pull it again to get a big old fucking payday. That's like this bitch in the part of YouTube I'm in. Her name that she goes by is Queen Regina, Checkmate, the Ultimate Showgirl. She continuously takes people to court to try to get money out of them. And it doesn't work. There's a bitch in this sector called Moonlight, and I've said it in other videos. She was starting to have a little like a sexual texting relationship with this guy, 86K. And when 86K decides, you know what? I'm not going to meet her. I can't deal with her. She's too much. That piece of shit started calling him a pedophile. See, this is the thing with a lot of piece of shit bitches today. They will fling that word pedophile around like it's nothing. And all because they got rejected. Moonlight is a catfishing bitch. She keeps telling guys that, okay, you will understand this verbiage. Her poom poom is 19 years old. But the bitch is 60. And she thinks her twat is 19 years old? No, she pulled that so much 14, 15 years ago. A guy was dating her, fucked her, knocked her up, didn't want to marry her, and now she's taking it out on all guys. Why did she have to call 86K a pedophile when he never went after her daughter? He was never physically around her. But because she didn't like the way he rejected her, he's a pedophile. There's another bitch, True Essence, True Pac, she's been going after that same guy for the same reason. He rejected her. And from what I've seen, he was talking about how he had so much money. And True Essence said, well, you got so much money, give me some, put it in my Cash App. He sent her, from what I know, from what I've seen and heard, $50 to her Cash App for absolutely nothing. And then she's like, well, I thought you had so much money. How come you only sent me $50? To where there's actually a clip of her voice going around. Hit my Cash App and make it look nicer. All because he said he has money, he should just give it to True Essence. He wasn't gonna do it. She is still talking about him. She's causing trouble, fucking with people, and she's still going off on people because of the bullshit she fucking pulled and got caught with. And she's another woman who's over 50 years old. And you would think by the time a woman reaches 50, these games would be over with. No, the games are getting worse, and it doesn't matter if they're young or old. This is the shit they're pulling. Now, if you lie or someone thinks you lie in a text or an email, you should pay someone for that, especially if they're a woman, especially if they're a black woman. Get the fuck out of here. Well, the documents prove what documents? You didn't file any documents. And perjury is when you're sworn into court. Not an email or a text message trying to set up a date.
Emailed that to the courts. I wasn't able to print it out, but they didn't say anything as far as me not being able to turn those documents in.
Bitch, what do you think? Everybody, even clerks in the courts, are supposed to give you step-by-step instructions on how to do everything on your own? To the point where they would have to take over and do it for you? And if they didn't do it properly, you're going to get them. That's why you need legal representation. That's why you need a lawyer, because lawyers know what the fuck to do in these cases. And I got a feeling this bitch tried to get a lawyer, and a lawyer said, "This is frivolous. You can't do this." And you heard in the beginning of this video of how she went off on the judge. Why? Because the judge wasn't taking her side. Bitch, you don't have a side. You went on a date. For whatever reason, he said, "We're going Dutch," which means you pay for yours, I pay for mine. And she didn't like it. Fuck you, bitch. If you don't like the way men are treating you, stay away from men. Go to adamandeve.com, go to sex shops, buy yourself vibrators, dildos, and all this other shit, and leave men alone. They obviously don't want to deal with your bullshit. And that's another thing. When a guy doesn't want to deal with a woman's bullshit, she calls him gay. So a man has to put up with all the heartache and the aggravation, making himself sick, just to be with you? You ain't worth it, bitch.
But that should have been in the case file as well.
Did you put it in there?
I emailed it. I
don't see
sent
that
it.
mentioned in your complaint.
She believes, let's say she just goes to court and says, "I want to do this." Everybody should fall over themselves, bend over backwards to put everything in the proper place for her, just so she can get her money. Bitch, go to 42nd Street or whatever and suck dick for $5 a pop. Because what you're doing now, that's all you're worth.
Address that I
No. If you are alleging a different count, you've got to amend your complaint to add it in. You can't. I don't know what you said you did, but you
No,
have
the
to
last
amend
time
your complaint.
No, the last time we spoke, the last time we were in court, I never changed anything. It's just that he was not properly served. So I had to get an address for him in order for him to
Okay.
be properly served. That's what was
He shouldn't have been served at all. And apparently he was doxxed in order for her to get that information. And all because she feels like she was disrespected. Bitch, you're showing disrespect just by being on this camera. Even though this is Zoom, it is a court of law, and you're acting like who the fuck you think you are. And this right here looks disgusting, bitch. If you don't know how to put on a wig properly, don't fucking wear them.
The last incident that transpired was for me to get a correct address for him.
That has nothing to do with what I asked you about.
I know you.
And she just said, I know that's not what you asked me about. She just said, I know. She wants to get out whatever she wants to get out so the judge will feel sorry for her and side with her. And when it doesn't happen, she will argue and yell and scream until she gets her own way. These women, especially black women, are fucking 2-year-olds. This is a frivolous case being brought to court. She's being told it's frivolous. You have to do this, that, and the other thing. No, she wants everything to be done for her. I say throw the book at her, put her in prison, and then nobody has to deal with her anymore. Because she will continually do this until she gets a payday. And even if she gets a payday, she will continue to do this. Look at the brick lady. That bitch feels like she's entitled to everything. This is insane.
You asked me about an amended.
I asked you about what your claim is about. You said intentional infliction of harm, and I assume you mean intentional infliction of emotional distress. And you said perjury. That's the base.
Harm and distress are two different things. She put down harm to make it seem worse for the guy.
Basis for your claim.
Yes, I'll amend the complaint. I thought I had that already in there. I received a document. I guess after I sent the correct address and he got the document, he sent a letter that should be, I guess, in the file. He sent a letter, and
That's
then
his answer, I guess. We're treating it as his answer.
Right. And so I emailed my response to that letter, because in that letter he lied. And then that's what brought forth the perjury. It was never perjury in the beginning.
Too quiet? Turn your sound from 100% to 600% with Loud Max.
Beginning, it was
So you hear that? She wants him to be charged with perjury because of a fucking email. Because she didn't like what he said in the email. Where do these bitches get? They're always supposed to be treated with respect. They're supposed to be treated this way. No, bitch. You get what you put out there. You put out disrespect, you get disrespect. And if you do it too much, you deserve to get the shit bet the fuck out of you. I am so sick and tired of women nowadays. Oh, he fucked me over. What'd you do? Nothing? And all they want to do is argue. She doesn't have a fucking case. And this is why a lot of men in general don't want to actually date women anymore. It's too much bullshit. Well, I feel I'm worth it. Bitch, you ain't worth shit. Look at your fucking wig. You don't have it on properly. It looks filthy and disgusting like it's never been washed. And you have an attitude on you. You want this man charged with a felony count of perjury because of something he said to you in an email? We need to put laws in place to get women like this. And it's not all women. I've seen white women pull this bullshit too. Hispanic women. Asian women. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Perjury after his response.
Well, you can't say, listen, he has the right to put whatever is.
You cannot tell, especially a black woman, she does not have the right to do something, but he does. You can't do that. They get really, really mad. They mad. They mad. They're mad. They're annoying. They're bitter. They're hateful. But no, that's the white man's fault. Well, here you have no white people involved. Is it still the white man's fault?
Is in the answer
I'm not
without
saying he
adding
can't,
another
but
count. You can't add another count because you don't like or you disagree with what is in his answer.
if he respond and his response is a lie, it's perjury, then
It is not perjury unless you're on the stand. Let's hear that again. The bitch wants him charged with perjury for an email.
Is in the answer
I'm not
without
saying he
adding
can't,
another
but
count. You can't add another count because you don't like or you disagree with what is in his answer.
if he respond and his response is a lie, it's perjury, then my documents will prove that he lied in his response.
No.
Tell me how this makes any legal sense. She's shouting about perjury like it's a coupon code you can just.
Do you see this? But you're not allowed to say they look ridiculous like that. Well, they fucking do. Now, there are black women who will put on wigs and weave, and they look beautiful. It was done the right way. This is not done the right way, but you're not allowed to say anything because she be black. Fuck you, bitch. You look like a fool and you're acting like a fool. Women are supposed to be better than this. I don't care if you're black, you're white. Go down the list. Women are supposed to be better than this.
Just throw around in court. The man wasn't even under oath, but she's acting like she caught him lying on stand at the OJ trial. I mean, if this isn't the most unhinged Karen moment of the year, I'm officially afraid of PTA meetings. I mean, she's arguing with the judge about how the law works. Just repeat that in your head. I mean, it's pretty much like
She wants the law to work the way she wants it to. Well, let's say the judge did that. That law then, that circumstance can be used against her. And the bitch will go, oh no, no. Well, what'd you do to that guy? Oh, that was different. No, it's not, bitch. These bitches need to be put the fuck away.
arguing with the surgeon mid-surgery just because you watched one season
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh!
of Grey's Anatomy, and the energy she's bringing too. It's not even big dog Karen energy. It's more like my chihuahua has a stroller and I'm not afraid to use it vibes. At this
reminds me of Earth Day. Shout out to Earth Day. Hi, Earth Day. How you doing? I so love when Earth Day had said something about True Essence. Earth Day's dog was barking and she screamed out, "My dog is barking because your voice is so annoying." Thank you so much, Earth Day. The things women do, they're fucking horrific. And I know I'm a woman. No. I don't want to hear about cisgender, this gender, whatever. I was born a woman. I know what the fuck I am. I'm a woman. This woman's a dirty piece of shit. She is showing no respect for the court even, but she wants all the respect in the world. She doesn't deserve respect. And no, not because she's black, but look what she's doing. I'm white. If I was doing this shit, I would deserve the same kind of treatment as well. You don't do this.
this point, the courtroom should just come with a popcorn machine because this is not justice. It's just a straight up theater. And be honest, how long do you think you guys could last in a room with this Karen?
It's his version.
I couldn't. And there are a lot of bitches in the sector of YouTube I'm in. This is how they argue. And then they claim they've won because they lie, they yell over you. I mean, it is literally like fighting a 2-year-old. You can't call them out on their bullshit, but they can call out everybody else. And it's not all, but oh my God, the ones I've dealt with. I had one woman, because I was bitching about Jada Pinkett Smith too much, ask me how come I wasn't bitching about what Laura Pippen did. Who? Who the hell is Laura Pippen? But I knew because it was a black woman who said it, Laura Pippen had to be white. And she's not white. I think she's Hispanic. I've known Jada Pinkett Smith since a different world. She was in a TV series, I think, called Hawthorne. I still want to watch that because regardless of the fact I think she's a low-life piece of shit bitch, the woman is a damn good fucking actress. And when you watch TV shows and whatever, you need to separate that shit in order to enjoy the entertainment. Because if you don't, you're not going to have anything to entertain you. I remember here in New York, it was on CBS 2 News, there was over 10,000 child porn pics saved on Chuck Berry's computer. Now, when we go to different sites, you know, the ads put up, we have to wait for it to load in order to skip the ad or whatever. That puts shit in your computer that could be the porn sites, kiddie porn sites or whatever. And the investigators now know that happens. It just comes up with the ad. But Chuck Berry searched for shit and saved shit in specific folders. You've got tons of people doing that shit. And then they'll say, why? I didn't touch anyone. But you have illegal shit. You have little kid shit. And women like this will throw kids under a fucking bus to get what they want. How many women have claimed they accidentally put their babies in an oven? One woman was having a fight with the baby's father. The baby's father didn't want to have anything to do with her. He was just fucking her. She got pregnant. Now, yeah, he was fucking her without a condom, obviously. So you want to continue to fuck without a condom? Go get a vasectomy, keep up with the treatments, and still use a fucking condom. The woman went. These are all the steps that she said she didn't realize she did. She picked up the baby from the crib, walked into the kitchen, opened the oven door, put the baby in the oven, closed the oven door, turned the oven on, and walked away. She didn't leave the house, but she walked away. She sat there and heard her baby screaming in agony while being cooked to death. But you have to understand she has mental problems. This bitch has mental problems. I don't think you should understand either one. But this is the world we live in. Why? I don't care if you're black, white, or whatever. Look at that woman. I think her name was Susan Smith. Because the guy she was with really didn't want to be with her. He used the excuse of her having kids. What'd she do? She got rid of the kids to keep a boyfriend. Then she gave a generic description of a black guy, and a black guy was actually arrested for it. Just for the fact he was accused could have ruined that guy's life. Women need to be held accountable for the shit they do. And yes, I'm going off on a rant. I don't even know why I started that. But the whole thing boils down to women need to be held accountable for what they do. I'm not saying men don't, because there's a lot of shit men get away with. But you look at this bullshit, she wants him charged with perjury because he lied to her. Bitch, how many people have you lied to in your life? Even when you were a kid. No, mommy, I didn't take a cookie from the cookie jar. Meanwhile, you've got chocolate all over your face. Maybe you should be put in jail for perjury because of that shit you did when you were a toddler. This is all ridiculous. Ugh. That's why I'm doing more on my Rumble now with movie reactions and whatever fun shit. Because dealing with these bitches will drive you nuts.
First of all, do you understand what perjury is? I
Yes,
don't think
I
you even
understand
understand what
perjury is
perjury
a
is.
lie.
No,
I
you
know
don't.
what
You
perjury
don't.
means.
Perjury is a statement, a false statement made under oath. So what statement
Exactly.
did he
And I
make under
got
oath?
documents.
Exactly. So what oath, what legal oath did he take in order to write you an email? So she understands it, but she wants it to apply to her too. She thinks she's that magnificent, it should just apply to her. Bitch, go fuck yourself and get a life. And stop trying to take someone else's.
That proved he was lying.
You don't understand. What? It's a false
He put
statement
a
made
document.
under
He
oath.
placed a
Under
document
oath.
that stated a
When did he
lie.
testify to something that he lied about? It's a false statement made under oath.
Bottom line is, you said it's a criminal offense, so I will send it to circuit court. Are we done here?
No, you don't.
Listen to the way she talks to the judge. This bitch needs to be smacked in her mouth. I see a lot of body cam footage shit, and I'm like, tase them. Tase them. You could just be getting stopped because your taillight's broken and you gotta get a ticket. You go fight it in court. No, they want to fight and argue with the fucking cop, and then they're surprised that they're actually put in handcuffs. There is a procedure like making a sandwich. You start with bread. By the time you get to the condiment, which is the last step, and then you put the last slice of bread on, there was a whole bunch of other steps you took to get to that point. It's the same thing with getting stopped by cops. You're pulled over. Hi, officer, what's the problem? Well, you were doing 65 in a 35 zone. Oh, I didn't realize it. Okay. So I'm going to issue you a ticket. Okay, you go fight it in court. You can't fight the cop. There's a procedure. No, you pulled me over because I'm black. Because I be black. What am I being charged with? What am I being charged with? What am I being charged with? Meanwhile, the cop is trying to tell you, but you won't shut the fuck up. And then you think that's a good legal defense to say, well, he never told me what I was being charged with. Bitch, you wouldn't shut the fuck up and listen. Now she's yelling at this judge. If I was this judge, I would have put a fine on her or something. You don't go off on a judge like that, and it's not the judge's job to tell you step by step how to do something. That's why you go get a lawyer. You may think you're smart enough to handle all this shit on your own, but you just proved you don't know your ass from your fucking elbow. That's like another guy in the sector of YouTube I'm in, Ears to the Streets. Ears joined in an argument with ex basketball players Kwame Brown and Gilbert Arenas. Ears to the Streets was not in the locker room with this situation that the two ex basketball players were talking about. But he's inserting himself like he knows everything that went on. And when Kwame Brown said to him, Ears, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, boom! He acted like a fucking woman. He acted like a fucking pussy going around. Oh, look what he said to me, my hometown homeboy. Look what he said to me. Look what he said to me. Bah, 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 bah. I was trying to do this. I was trying to do that. You weren't there. You can't do nothing. The two ex-basketball players are talking about something that happened in their past, which you were not a part of. Shut up. Shut up. This woman wants the judge to just say the guy is wrong, she's right, and give her money. That's not how it works, and you obviously don't know what the fuck you're doing. Dobby, with your fucking ears pushed down by those heavy fucking thick ass glasses. My God. Either go take law courses and become a lawyer, or go buy a lawyer. No, I can do it myself. You obviously can't. Look what's going on.
You don't understand, ma'am. You don't understand.
Are we done here? Are we done here?
Perjury is...
Bitch, I wish you were done. Because the judge told her she did something wrong and she can't do this and she can't do that. Are we done here? Are we done here? I would hold her in contempt of court. And I would tell her next time she does this shit, get her fucking stupid ass in court. You're not supposed to be walking all around and talking to other people. This is your court case. Show some respect for yourself. Oh wait, I forgot. A lot of women today don't have any self-respect.
Perjury is a false statement made under...
You obviously don't, because it means when you're under oath in a court of law and you lie. You want that to apply to your fucking email and text messages. Dopey bitch.
I know what perjury means. Are we done here?
You don't.
Is it a criminal offense or not?
What statement? I don't see anything in the complaint that says he made some false statement under oath.
Because you don't know what happened. You're on the outside looking in.
Well, bitch, that's why you're going to court. You have to give him the whole story. And you're not able to do that because most of the story you're making the fuck up just so you can get $10,000. You are like all these other fucking assholes. I want reparations. No, bitch, you didn't go through that shit, so you're not owed anything. And you should be thanking God you never went through that shit. Just the stories we've heard that went on, and I'm not saying stories to say they're made up fairy tales. No. People were whipped. People were killed. People were raped. Families were broken up. You went through nothing of that. Why are you owed anything? Oh, because of my ancestors. So you want to leech off the fucking dead? The fuck out of my face. Piece of shit. And Obama was a big one for saying black people deserve it. No, they don't. Black people today don't deserve anything of what the black people of yesterday deserved. They didn't go through that shit. They're saying now the Irish people never got reparations. I'm part Irish. I'm not gonna go running around saying I deserve reparations. I never went through what the Irish went through. There are pictures of the Irish piled on top of each other in cages. And yes, I understand there are pictures of black people in chains, but those are the people who deserved something. And you can't say generational wealth because you don't know how the wealth would have gone. You don't know. All the shit that was stolen during the riots, the COVID riots, did people sell those things that were stolen and save the money in order to put their kids through college, in order to buy a business with cash, in order to do this and that? No. They verhunched the money. Now, back then, if the slaves got the money, not all of them would have been able to make a go of everything they wanted to do, even with what they were promised. Now, I'm not saying they shouldn't have gotten it. They were promised it, they should have gotten it. People today, no. And that's the thing. People today are like this black woman here. The black people of today feel like they're owed something. They were told they were owed something. They're hanging on to that for dear life. Well, let's say, and I've said this before and I will say it again, you don't want to hear it, get the fuck off my video. That black people today were all given what the black people in one California town were given. $1 million each. Black people would not be satisfied, especially the women, bitching they deserve more. There is a woman on YouTube, her name is Michi X. I actually like this woman. She does have a brain and a half, but she believes in reparations and more than what people would be given or what they're supposed to be given. Well, the medical industry owes us a lot of money because of what happened in the past. Michi X said some stories, that there are stories out there, and not fake stories, real stories, of how white women were told to hold black women down for gynecological experiments. The white women couldn't do it. They couldn't handle it. They didn't want it happening and they walked away. But the other black women did it. But black women today will bitch the white women walked away. Why didn't they do something else? White women didn't have as much rights as they do now. And that's the thing. Black people, especially black women, want to only say part of what's happened. Whatever part will get them what they want. This bitch is no different. You don't know the whole story. That's right, he don't. He's going off of the court papers you filed, and you obviously left a whole bunch of shit out that you needed to put in. But that's not your fault. That's the judge's fault. That's Richard Jordan's fault. That's the white man's fault. That's white women's fault. That's all this other fault. Fuck you. And this is why people are saying black fatigue. Oh, you just ain't strong enough to handle a powerful black woman. No, nobody wants to deal with this bullshit every fucking second of the day. And it is bullshit.
You don't know
But you're the
anything
plaintiff.
put on
You
that
have, wait a
document.
minute, you are the
Are we
plaintiff.
done here?
You have to
Are we
lay
done
out
here?
your
Are we done
allegations
here?
properly.
Are we done here?
No,
I
we're
know
not.
exactly what perjury means.
No, we're
Do not
not.
insult my intelligence.
You have to lay.
You don't have any intelligence, bitch. You think you do, but you don't. And for the judge to have to yell at you? Yo, piece of shit. This is exactly what goes on those body cam footage channels. Oh, well, they edit to make black women look bad. No, they don't. Black women make themselves look bad. And I have to say this, it's not all. In order to do what you're trying to do, you have to go through the proper procedure. This bitch wants to skip proper procedures and get her own way. You can't do that. And she screamed out at the judge, "We're done here." She was giving him an order. She's still trying to order him around.
Do not insult my
You have
intelligence.
to lay your. You have to lay your.
Please do
You
not
have to
insult my
lay
intelligence.
your complaint out. It has. You have to allege this in the.
And he's telling her literally step by step what she's supposed to do. And all she wants to do is yell at him because she ain't getting her own way. That's why she's not going to know what to do and say, no, the judge didn't tell me nothing. Well, here's the video. He told you. No, you edited that. Bitch, you wouldn't shut the fuck up and listen. First off, you had no business bringing this to court in the first place. I don't want to hear any bitch opening their mouth. If a guy just springs on you at the end of the date, we're going Dutch, that's wrong. He should have said it from the get-go. But it depends on what you did during the date to make him feel that way. And no, it's not catering to him. Women pull a lot of bullshit when they're out on dates. And they want to get away with it just because they're a woman. It's not right.
Complaint. You have
Please
not.
do not insult my intelligence.
It's not about that. You don't think. I don't think you understand what perjury is. It's a
Are we
false
done
statement
here?
made on
Are we
oath.
done here? Are we done here?
I
Please
said
do
no.
not insult my
I
intelligence.
said no.
We all dream of a brighter future, but some doors appear shut.
Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not insult my intelligence as if I do not understand what the word perjury means.
You obviously don't. You think it just means lying. That's not what it means. It means once you've been sworn into court. You know, where you put your hand on the Bible and you raise your other hand, and you say you swear to tell the truth, so help you God. That's when it can be a chargeable offense. Not just because you, bitch, decide I want it this way.
Do not. If it's a criminal offense, then
I
it's a
don't think
criminal
you do.
offense.
Well, ma'am, it should not have been filed in district court if you want
Are we
intentional
done here?
infliction of emotional distress.
Okay, so that's a criminal offense.
You want? Are you going to dismiss it and refile it?
No,
in
I'm
circuit?
not. No, I'm not going to dismiss it. I will file another case in circuit. But as far as I'm concerned,
You can't.
no.
But then you're leaving this case open for what? You have to close this case in order to do something different. And she's like, no, I am not. You can't have 50 billion open cases in court.
Have
Well,
two
not
cases on the
dismiss.
ma'am, you can't have two cases going on the same issue.
Well, I'm not. I'm not dismissing the case.
You have to dismiss it in order to do it the proper way. And she don't want it closed. Why? Because she thinks if one doesn't work, the other will. That's not how it works in court. And from what I know about going to school to be a lawyer, you're not taught courtroom procedures, really. You're supposed to go to court and watch the procedures, or get a law firm to hire you to teach you courtroom procedures. This woman hasn't done either. She just went online, filed some shit, and that was it. If you wanted things to go more smoothly than this, file with Judge Judy. File with Judge Milian? I don't know. She took over for Judge Wapner in the People's Court, or there might have been other people who took over. Go to Judge Faith. Go to all these TV court shows. And I think it used to be, I don't know how much it is now. Let me actually look that up. Because it used to be $40 to file to go on Judge Judy. Let me see. Much does it cost to file a lawsuit on a TV law show? Let's see if that works. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything to file a lawsuit on a TV court show. In fact, you get paid. So why doesn't she do that? She obviously likes making a fool of herself on a camera. Why not do it for the whole world to fucking see? This woman is insane. And this judge should hit her with a fine. This is bullshit.
If you want to
Well, I
dismiss
tell you
it,
what,
that's up to you. But I, as a plaintiff, am not dismissing the case.
he has to make a proper motion,
Well, that's on him.
but I can also transfer the venue to circuit.
I'm in love, and it's all because of Angela,
Who's Angela?
a neighborhood savant. She's technically my age.
Yes, that's what I thought, because there were other cases that should have been transferred somewhere else. So that's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Ma'am, what about his costs associated with appearing because you filed it in the wrong court?
I need to see the.
In other words, bitch, the judge is saying you're supposed to pay for this guy's court fees and whatever because you filed in the wrong court. You did something wrong and now you're being made to pay for doing it the wrong way. You think she's gonna pay?
I need to see, because I was not aware, since you said perjury was not on there, I was not aware that a criminal offense for intentional infliction of emotional distress was considered a criminal offense there, that it had to be.
I didn't say.
That's not what he said to you. He wants you to pay for this guy's court costs because you brought him to court in the wrong way. And you're bringing up all this other shit.
Say that. That is not what I said.
Yes,
that is not what I said.
That is what you said.
That, sir, no, I didn't. You
yes,
said
you
that.
did. You stated
I said
that.
Just now he asked you, you dumb fucking bitch, what about Richard Jordan's court costs? Because you filed in the wrong court. In other words, dopey bitch, you have to pay for this guy's court costs because you did it wrong. And you have to take responsibility for that. She's bringing up all this other shit saying, yes, you did, yes, you did. That was before. He just asked you something now to try to get this moving along.
That
You
circuit,
no, you
I
stated
said
that the criminal. You stated that emotional infliction of emotional distress is a criminal offense.
This has gotta be hilarious for the dude in the top right. He's basically watching a live episode of Judge Judy Unmedicated Edition. And tell me how he got here. He goes on one awkward dinner date, probably says let's split the check, and now he's in court like he rear-ended the Queen of Entitlement. Honestly, I mean, he should be the one suing her for psychological damages.
Yes. And Judge Judy doesn't put up with people's bullshit, especially black women. She would dismiss the case and get this bitch out of her fucking courtroom. Because of all the shit she's pulling, she'd say you ain't getting a dime for being on here, and you ain't even getting plane fare to go back the fuck home.
And the loss of 3 hours he'll never get back. And you just know the date was so bad, he checked his watch mid-appetizer and started mentally drafting his exit strategy. And I wouldn't be surprised if she pulled out a spreadsheet of emotional expenses and billed him for wasted charm and unmet expectations. So yeah guys, split the bill at your own risk.
She would probably be willing to sue him because he didn't fuck her and knock her up and make sure she gets a paycheck for the next 18 years. This is fucking ridiculous.
I mean, you never know. You might be seeing this Karen in your next court appearance.
And you stated that perjury is a criminal offense. But you also stated that perjury is not on the document that I placed forth before you.
He also said perjury is when you're sworn into a court of law. But the bitch is leaving that out, ain't she?
So criminal offense would not.
It's not in the complaint.
On there.
It's not in the complaint.
I need you to show me. I need you to show me the document which states that intentional infliction of emotional distress is indeed and in fact a criminal offense.
That's only in certain states and probably in bullshit Democrat states. And it doesn't matter what you need the judge to do. The judge is doing his job. He doesn't have to cater to you, you stupid bitch. You brought this case to court. It was all on you to make sure your I's were properly dotted and your T's were properly crossed. No, so she's putting the responsibility on the judge to handle this case for her and just give her what she wants. See, don't insult her intelligence. Well, bitch, there's a difference between being intelligent and acting intelligent. You are acting intelligent, but you are not intelligent. An intelligent person would actually be taking notes from what the judge is saying, follow the law, and then do things in the proper way if you think you actually do have a case.
Because that's the original offense that was placed on there.
I never said that. I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. Ma'am,
yes, you did.
Listen. I'm not.
She's taking bits and pieces and pasting it together however she wants it to sound to go in her favor. And even if this video was played back to her to show her, look, that's not what he said. He said something else and you're twisting it. She would just do this screaming and arguing bullshit so she wouldn't have to hear anything. So she can play stupid. Well, I don't think she's playing stupid. But so she can play stupid and ignorant, and I don't think she's playing at being ignorant either, and say, well, he did this, so now he has to do this for me. Bitch, you took it upon yourself to do this. Why didn't you take it upon yourself to do it the proper way? Even just go to a lawyer and get some legal advice on what you're doing. He doesn't have to show up in court for you and whatever, but you can pay a lawyer to help you with the filing and help you with this and help you with that, and he doesn't actually have to take the time to go to court. It can be for just legal advice. What is she listening to? Every dumb bitch on YouTube saying you have this right, you have that? You gotta follow the laws. If you don't like the laws, take it up with your congressman.
I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you. I will repeat to you what I said.
I'm not either. I'm not either. Yeah, you are, bitch, and you're more than willing to keep doing this all day long in the hopes of getting what you want. Fuck you, bitch. She won't even look in the fucking camera. Get the bitch into actual court. Now, I'm thinking this was actually done in the middle of COVID because he's wearing like a shield. But still, bitch, this Zoom call is a convenience for you. There are obviously people working in the court. Why didn't you go to court? Oh, you didn't want to. Bitch, he might have had you arrested for the bullshit you've been pulling. You need to grow the fuck up and learn how to read and learn how to ask help from legal websites, not bitches on fucking YouTube or TikTok or whatever who feel like they're being oppressed by everyone. You need legal help. You've just proven all on your own you can't do this by yourself. Don't insult my intelligence. What intelligence? If you had any intelligence, you would have known. Take note of what the judge is saying and then try something else. Nope.
I'm not either.
I said
so that's two
that
charges.
intentional.
So the charges have to,
you need to be quiet while I'm
two
talking.
charges
You need to be quiet. Mute.
She doesn't know how to shut the fuck up because she thinks, oh, it's all about me, me, and I'm right and you're wrong and everybody else is wrong and I wants my money. I wants my $10,000. I'm owed it. Just like True Essence with Garrick. 86K. That she's owed something. True Essence also feels she's owed something from Damn D. She says conveniently his Cash App went down the day he was supposed to give her money for her birthday. And he was supposed to give her something for holding a live down when he got too drunk and passed out. That bitch has said she thought Damn D was a friend. If he was a friend, you wouldn't have done this shit to him over money. Well, he promised me it. Bitch, fuck you. All the sneaking, conniving, and the bullshit you're doing, even hurting your supposed best friend. See, that's a bad thing with a lot of women. They will fuck around with their best friend, hurt their best friend just to get their own way. This bitch would do the same thing. She needs to shut up and listen to the judge. She feels like, nope. No, what?
Because perjury is a criminal offense, it has to go to circuit court.
That will not make her hear you,
Intentional infliction of emotional distress.
What I said was,
And look at her, she's still going the fuck off even though she's muted. That's what happens to a lot of dumb bitches on YouTube. They're still going off a mile a minute, meanwhile they're muted. Why did the judge have to mute you? Because you're an ignorant fucking buffoon. And before anyone starts with me, I said buffoon, not baboon. This is unbelievable with her bullshit. She's not showing any respect at all to the court, but she's demanding it? Yo, fuck you, bitch.
intentional infliction of emotional distress is something that circuit court has jurisdiction over. I never characterize that as a criminal matter. It is definitely a civil claim, but it is something that can't be done.
And bitch, the more you're shooting your mouth off, the more you can hear him. You even said it was loud at the airport. What the fuck are you still staying at that airport? You need to listen and hear what he's saying.
In district court. Now, that's what I said to you. You are of the mistaken belief that circuit court does not hear civil matters because you said, well, I thought circuit court only did criminal. You are the one who are mistaken about the jurisdiction of circuit court because that's what you stated on the record. Unmuted.
She's been talking the entire time.
Well, I said I was muted.
Judge, excuse me, you don't understand how this works. Let me explain something to you about Zoom right quick.
Okay.
When I muted her and now...
You see that? The woman in court said, let me explain something to you about Zoom. He's like, okay, and he shut up and he is listening.
I'm asking her to unmute. If she doesn't do something on her end, she's still muted. So right now she's still muted. But I have asked her to unmute. She's not looking at the device that she's holding.
Is there a website where I can get the forms I need for this to be dismissed?
Listen, sir, let me just explain this to you. Okay? You know, there are forms on the State Court Administrative Office website, okay? But, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know what you're filling out, you know, you're just flopping around like a fish on a dock out of the water. And the same goes for Ms. Short, because she apparently doesn't understand the jurisdiction of what types of cases can be done in district court and what types of cases can.
And there she goes again, shooting off her mouth because she got told she doesn't know what she's doing. Bitch, if you had a active working brain cell, you would shut the fuck up and listen. He's telling you what you need to do.
Can be done in circuit. That's why we're having this issue right now. So, you know, look, how could I put it? If two people.
Yeah, I think she just unmuted herself.
People that have no military training, amateurs, and they want to throw hand grenades. Well, you know, if you don't do it the right way, you might blow yourself up. You might blow the other person up, but you might blow yourself up too. If they don't understand how the process works, I would say this to both parties. You need to seek out legal counsel.
Yeah, the judge just put that the best way possible because this might be one of the dumbest, most chaotic hearings I've seen in a while. The dude's honestly pretty chill even though he's being sued for over $10,000. I mean, he's not even trying to cause problems. He just clearly has no idea how court works, which is kind of fair because most people don't unless they've been divorced or arrested. But this Karen, I mean, she's over here filing claims in the wrong court like it's a scratch-off ticket. I mean, she's just hoping one hits. It's like watching somebody try to return a blender to the DMV. And I swear, she's throwing around legal terms she half heard in a Netflix documentary and thinks she's building a case here. And now this poor guy has to sit there and nod like he understands what a civil tort even is. But yeah, let's see what this last minute of this Karen disaster sounds like. Because if she brings up astrology or Mercury Renegade, I'm logging off.
I can barely hear what you're saying. Like I said, I'm at the airport. There's a
You shouldn't be at the airport, bitch. And this may be why she did it this way. Let's see. If she gets held in contempt of court, or she gets so bad the judge has a good reason to go and arrest her, she can say, well, I was at the airport, I couldn't hear him. Bitch, that's on you. Look at the guy, Richard Jordan. He's in a quiet area, sitting up straight, not moving all around. I mean, yeah, he did put his hands on his head. But this woman is exasperating and exhausting. So she can pull later on, well, I was at the airport, I couldn't hear him. Again, that's on you, bitch. You had no respect for this court from the get-go because you did everything wrong. But you expect and demand the utmost respect in return? Get out of here.
a lot of people around.
Ma'am, are you getting ready to go on a trip or something?
No, I actually just came. I had a rental car.
Oh, I see. Ma'am, this is what I'm doing. I am ordering that this go to Seventh Circuit Court. Venue is to be changed because intentional infliction of emotional distress is a circuit court matter outside the jurisdiction of district court. Plaintiff shall pay the filing fees in the receiving court. I don't know if you have.
See, he just said the plaintiff will pay the court fees, which means Richard Jordan is not supposed to pay for anything because she is the plaintiff. She brought this case to the court. She has to pay. She's not going to want to pay.
Asked for a jury trial or not? You did not, it looks like. So there was no jury fee. No further proceedings shall be had after transfer until these costs or expenses are paid. If not paid within 56 days of the date of this order, this case shall be dismissed by the court to which it was transferred.
So in other words, if she doesn't pay, they're going to dismiss her case, which she's already said she doesn't want it dismissed. And if she had said yes to a jury, she would have to pay a court fee for the jury. She didn't look into all that, did she? That's why I say, let's say you're going to Aruba for a holiday, a vacation. It's wonderful. You need to research a lot of shit before just going. Like basic laws. This way, if you get in trouble, you at least know what could be happening. Nope, you just go there and act like a fool, you deserve what you get.
And what cost am I paying? Hold on. What cost am I paying for?
The filing fees for circuit court.
Why am I paying for filing fees for the circuit court?
Because you're trying to file things in circuit court. You think this is freebie time?
Because there's been multiple cases that have been brought forth.
Because you filed it in district court, we don't do intentional infliction of emotional distress cases.
Well, I need to see that in writing.
She thought it was all free. Well, I need to see that in writing. Well, I'm sure you'll get it in writing, bitch, but you're still gonna try to continue with this shit without paying.
To see that document in writing that states that
if you want to appeal, if you want to,
I've already skimmed SCAO. I've already skimmed that. I'm reading constantly every day, and I did not.
She just said I already skimmed it. Well, that's the problem. Skimming doesn't help. It's like When you're supposed to read a book for a report or something and you use the Cliff Notes version, the Cliff Notes version is to help you understand what's going on with the book as you're reading the book, not a shortcut to the test. She's looking for the Cliff Notes version. I skim over everything. Well, what you're skimming over and not reading is a lot of shit that could actually help you. Oh, I'm reading every day. You're not reading the right shit. You're skimming over the right shit. And believe me, I've read shit for court online. It's not easy. That's why you need legal representation. There's even lawyers out there who don't understand everything that's going on. Do you not understand that? The laws change so frequently, a lot of lawyers don't keep up. But this woman thinks she knows everything. I hope she falls flat on her face, breaks her nose, and then when it heals, it's all crooked and shit.
I see that form on there
I'm
that
sure
states.
that you are. But
Yes,
if
I
you
am.
want, if you want to appeal my ruling, you got 21 days to do it.
Yep, I do.
You got 21 days to appeal it to the circuit court. My ruling. Thank you both.
Let me know in the comments how many brain cells.
He's just done. This woman really does need some sense knocked into her. Even if you just get a lawyer for legal advice, not even to show up in court, not to file things, because when you have a lawyer and they file things for you, you have to pay their fee for doing the work for you, plus the fees you would have to do if you did it yourself. To do shit like this, it's not cheap unless apparently you go to one of these TV court shows, which she didn't do or didn't want to do or didn't know she could do. Her skimming over shit is the Cliff Notes version of everything. I don't care you're black. I don't care you're white. I don't care what you are. The Cliff Notes version is only supposed to help you understand a little bit more what you have to do, not be the gospel according to Job. That's not what it is. It's supposed to help you understand things you don't understand before you go forward with something. She's not doing that. She's seeing a bunch of words she doesn't understand and thinks she doesn't need to understand them. You do. Even the judge said, like I said, there is a process you have to go through. She wants to skip the whole process, get to the end where it says she wins. That's not how it works. There are some court cases that go smoothly and they're done within an hour or two. There are some that can take years. And you have to be prepared for that. And because you are the plaintiff, you are bringing this forward, you're going to have fees you have to pay. Didn't read that in all your skimming of shit? They are so exasperating. And then when you get to this place where it is fatigue, they want to annoy you more by saying, you mad, you mad, you big mad, you big mad, you mad. That's more shit that people have to do with to be exhausted. And you're not gonna get what you need. You're not going to get what you want. And if you deserve anything, you're not going to get what you deserve. That's it.